You are all very aware. I've been reflecting for the past 5 to 6 months with my family, and it is with a heavy heart, as you know, as we discussed on that day, that I've decided to retire at the end of this school year in order to support my growing family. As you all know, last July, my grandson was born, and I thought, you know what? I'll keep chugging away and I'll see him when I see him, and with FaceTime and all the technologies, it makes it a little easier. But what I will tell you is I really have decided with my family, I really want to be a part of his daily life and not occasional visits and not FaceTime visits, which we do pretty much every day. And I really want to be able to help my daughters. I want to be there. Mike and I had the privilege of my parents helping so that we could work, taking our kids to school for us, and I want to be there for my daughters, both Morgan and Megan. Morgan to help with fields, and Megan, because I want her to get out and get into the workforce. As everyone knows, Megan has special needs, and I want her to have a special life and get out and get away from her iPad, which she loves so much. And so it is very much with a heavy heart that I announce this, because as I explained to you all in our meeting, I have loved my time in our school district. This is a very special place. I'm not torn because of my decision to be a mom in order to focus on family in this next phase of my life, but because we are doing such great work for kids, because I want to be there for the groundbreaking and the ribbon cutting for Ashley, because, I mean, there's so much that I want to be here for, and we're doing such great work, and it's not done. It's not nearly done, and that is the part that is hardest for me, that when I say that I'm torn, that's the reason. I have been able to meet and interact with the most amazing students, amazing parents, amazing community members. I have been all over our great city and county and have been extremely blessed to be able to serve these last 5 years. It has truly been an honor of a lifetime for me. There's so much more work to do in public education. There's just so much to be done, and I know that great things are going to continue. I wanted to share a couple of things in my slide deck, and just I give some context to my reason, and this is the first part of that reason. That is my little one in the middle, as he's not my little one, he's Morgan's, but I call him mine. But that's one of the reasons. The other is, I don't know if everyone's aware, I mentioned this to the board and when I talked to you all last week, that my father, this will be the ninth year of his death in June. My dad was a legendary high school football coach in Tampa, and he was the winningest coach before he passed away. But he was what I would call an equity warrior, equity champion, way before that was even a word, because he always did whatever it took to level the playing field, and he was leveling the playing field for his players and doing whatever it took for his athletes to be able to achieve great things. And I kind of guess it rubbed off on me, because that's what I've been trying to do, being here. I came to Winston-Salem because I believe wholeheartedly that if we're going to be a thriving community, every student needs to thrive, and it is our job to break down barriers, change policies, do whatever it takes to level that playing field, because they're all capable of thriving. And my father, but he always wanted to start a scholarship to be able to help his athletes that needed support financial to go to college, and or a career, just a scholarship for their next part of their journey. And I am one of 8 workaholics, and we have done nothing with that scholarship, and it's been 9 years. And so another part of what I want to do is help his legacy live on and get that scholarship going, and give it to some well-deserved youth who can go on with their lives. What I will tell you is this was 5 years ago, and it seems like yesterday. I know for many people here, they're probably thinking, yeah, right, it feels like 25 years. But it is not. It was being selected as interim and then superintendent was extremely meaningful for me, because as you all know, that wasn't even why I came to Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools, to to be the deputy superintendent and work on school transformation and all of that, and it evolved from there, and I appreciate the opportunity. What I will say is students will always be my focus till my very last day. That is where I have found the greatest joy, is being able to see and just pull the greatness out of our kids, like just to let them know how amazing they are, and that is every single one of them I meet, and I will do that until my very last day. I will tell you, we've accomplished a lot, and after Marty's comments earlier, I'm thinking, oh my God, my first slide is all about proficiency, and I hate that, because there's so much more. There's so much more greatness that has occurred besides proficiency, but at the end of the day, we are really judged on these numbers, and so I'm proud of some of the gains that we've made. I'm just sharing a few. I could have created 25 slides, and I said nope. I'll just pull out some of the things, but some of the things that I'm very proud of is we did, we had 2 years ago, we achieved the highest graduation rate in our history of the district. We were one of 5 districts in the country to achieve the greatest post-pandemic recovery, and that was all about growth that our students made. We have more students passing AP exams. We've increased our science EOG, our third grade reading proficiency. Again, all of these things, there's so much more to go, but we're moving in the right direction. Some other access and opportunity things that we've achieved. We have more concentrators in CTE. We've increased our credential attainment by 46% in the last few years. We've increased our numbers of students of color in advanced placement classes, and we're still working on that. We also have increased representation of students of color as concentrators in CTE. And we've increased students in dual enrollment classes from 2,500 to over 4,200 students. And so we are doing whatever it takes to make sure students have access. If you think about our student supports, we started R3, an alternative to out-of-school suspension, so we would stop losing instructional time. That program is going well. 73% of students that participate and go back to school never have another discipline referral. We've expanded mental health supports to schools. We've increased total incidents, and those are referrals to the office and incidents, and have dropped days lost to out-of-school suspension. We've launched World of Work in partnership with so many amazing partners like Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. We've implemented restorative interventions as part of our code, and system-wide social emotional learning. All of those things are to help sense of belonging and help kids learn how to problem solve and to demonstrate empathy and all those durable skills that are so important. Our fill rates are up with staff. We've reduced licensed staff who leave the district because they don't get their license. We've reduced that to a record low of only 67 employees last year. Great job. And this is not me. When I say we, this is a collective effort. The last 4 board meetings, we've been showing teachers up here who are continuously getting great results with their students. We have done amazing work with our national board candidates, and then just a few other things. I mean, we've created a whole safety team. We brought, I Love You Guys, a standard reunification, like a response protocol to not only our district, but to our law enforcement officers. Everybody's on the same page. We've updated 22 policies just this school year, continue to update them. And we have written and received over $30 million in grants. That's just going to continue. We've developed our decision-making blueprint that is going to help drive decisions as we move forward. And I will stop there because the list goes on. There is a strong foundation formed, and a couple things I didn't put on there that I really want to mention is that, and one of the most important things, 2 things, is that we've torn down walls so that the community can partner with us. We can't do this alone. And one of my biggest things is to say, no, you want to partner, we're going to figure out a way to make that happen. And we've got community groups here right now that are thriving together is a movement and a way that we are going to put the right resources in the right organizations along our continuum from birth all the way to post-graduation. And it's an amazing work that is happening in our community. We've got a community group focusing on grade level reading. We've got My Brother's Keeper that we're part of. We've got School Justice Partnership. We are part of so many community groups in our district, and people are committed. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools can be the very best school district around. And so as I close, it really has been, I'm thankful for you allowing me to serve the last 5 years. I know I'm leaving earlier than expected, but the last 5 to 6 months, it's just been a challenge for me as I see my little one growing up before my eyes and not being there to help my daughter. But it's truly been an honor, and I hope that we will continue that fight for educational excellence and equity, meaning that we don't allow any students to fall through the cracks, because we're responsible for all of them. And we need to not allow any to fall through the cracks. And that's my wish for our school district. And thank you again.